Hello, my name is Lisa Elvin Staltari, and this is my channel, Have Roots Will Travel. I'm a genealogist and a passionate traveler. This is the second of my Traveling Quebec presentations. Today we'll be exploring Drummondville a little bit more, looking at some of the restaurants and some of the more classic hotels. Also, I will point you in the direction of where you need to go in order to do some research while you're there. And with that, let's get going. But before I go, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click on that little button so you get alerted when I post new content. Now, before we head out, I want to point you in the direction of one of the town's best and oldest hotels. That would be the Hotel Dedorfe. I have a picture on the screen here from 1963. And it actually opened that year. And when I was a little girl, my parents would get dressed up, as all 1960 parents did, and go to Le Dauphin. There was a piano bar and an elegant dining room. It was, for me, the height of elegance and being grown up. On special occasions, read promotions and money flows, my parents would take my brother and I to the dining room with the strictest of admonitions. Behave correctly, don't embarrass us, and eat whatever is put in front of you. We were so scared that we did just that. The Dauphin's revamped dining room, called the Globetrotter, is beautiful. A quick tour look at the menu online and I smiled. Yep, it sure looks like a 21st version of my 1969 special occasions. There are plenty of great hotel choices in Drummondville, but I just wanted to point out one that is truly special to me. There is another classic motel called Motel Alouette. In the 1960s and 70s, they had a wonderful steakhouse in a separate building. This was another You Better Be Good restaurant that my parents took my brother and I to. I can see that the restaurant is no more, but the motel is still standing and beautifully upgraded as I can see. It is located very far off the beaten path in a residential section of Drummondville, and actually a good choice if you're heading out toward the eastern townships on Route 143. I've put a link to this motel as well as Le Dauphin in the notes section of this channel. Another non-genealogical point of interest is a food dish that is renowned in Quebec. Drummondville happens to be the town where this dish was born. There is some dispute as to whether or not the restaurant that founded this food item really is the originator. There are several competing claims from other towns. As a native of Drummondville, I truly believe this is where it all started. This is a Quebec dish known as poutine. French fries, soft cheese curds, and a special sauce. It's nothing really, but it's everything. Here's a picture. And the restaurant that started it all is still in existence, Le Roi du Cep. I've put a link to the website for you to explore a little bit further. The restaurant is open 24 hours on the weekend, Friday and Saturdays, and 6:30 a.m. to midnight the rest of the time. They have been at this location since 1964 and are actually just down the road from the Dauphin Hotel. As a child, we would go to the drive-in. They had a drive-in back then, and order those wonderful orange drinks and French fries. I do remember the amazing French fries. If you do decide to try poutine, you may be surprised at how many variations there are. Please order a classic for your first one so you can get the true experience. This is the first thing I get when I arrive, quote unquote, home. I would absolutely recommend them for breakfast as well. The traditional French Canadian breakfast with sausage, beans, ham, bacon, potatoes, and toast is an amazing platter. Now, French Canadians love all kinds of food. They're not just eating fast food though. They truly appreciate farm to table eating as well. The farmers market in Drummondville has been in existence for decades. It was a Tuesday and Friday special outing for my mom and me to see what was at the market. And again, I put a link to their website for you to explore. Here you'll be able to see and purchase not only vegetables straight from the farmers, but also meat and cheese directly from the producers. Other products such as honey and maple syrup and pastries offer an amazing variety of Quebec-made foods. While in Drummondville, you also need to try the Quebec chain of barbecue chicken, Saint Hubert, and after supper, a cup of Canada's favorite coffee, Tim Hortons. Tim Hortons is a Canadian franchise that is located just about everywhere in Canada. Coffee and donuts, but also sandwiches and soups can be found. It's kind of like Canada's version of Starbucks. Saint Hubert is a Quebec classic chicken place, and I just had to add the restaurant Christine Pizza, which is very unique to Drummondville, not a chain. When I was there in 2018, the pizza and poutine tasted the same as it always had. Just absolutely amazing. And a new kid on the block is Chez Cora, is a breakfast and lunch place that got its start in Montreal, but now has 130 restaurants throughout Canada. This is a great way to start your day as well. Depending on when you are in Drummondville, you may be able to experience the maple syrup season, which is usually late February to April, depending on the weather. Cabane à sucre super, translated sugar shack at Papa's, is an excellent one, and it's located at 4335 Route Caya, just outside Drummondville. Nothing can quite prepare you for the taste of fresh maple syrup and the authentic food that accompanies it. My mother's family had their own sugar shack, and we would gather maple syrup annually. We would celebrate the season in much the same way people celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas. It was truly a magical time. There are so many sugar shacks in the area, but this is one that is very well known and has great reviews. I've also put a link in the comments page for you to explore. Now that we've explored food and lodging, the best place to begin your genealogical or historical research is at the Drummondville Historical Society, La Société d'Histoire de Drummond. They can be reached online at histoiredrummond.com, and I'll put the link for them in the notes. And they're located in Drummondville at 425 des Forges and are open Tuesday through Friday from 8:30 to 12 and 1 to 4:30. Now, they are found inside the library, La Bibliothèque of Drummondville. The staff are incredibly kind and knowledgeable, and some actually do speak English. The wealth of information and the exhibits are truly wonderful. I spent a few hours there a few months before my mother died and was able to retrieve original photographs of my mother that had been taken in the 1950s. The staff made that all possible for me, and I am forever in their debt. Well, that about wraps it up. On the next episode, we'll have a virtual tour of some of the most notable historical places in Drummondville. I cannot wait. Until we meet again, au revoir.